Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This is Rumboyz NFL AM, where we break down all the hottest topics to get you started for fantasy football Sunday morning. We're going to be answering all your start-sit questions, discussing some betting, and all that good stuff. Mike, how's it going, bro?
It's going. Good morning. We got some good football games, and let's get this party started.
Your team has to face a CMC improved Niners team. What are your thoughts?
I will get into that in a few minutes.
I was trying to hurry up and start off with that to wake your ass up.
Oh, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good.
Well, yeah?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm good. You know me when I turn on when the red light goes on, I'm okay. Before the red light comes when the red light comes on, I'm good. And CR, you're going to be saying the word CMC for like another. Yeah, you and CMC. Oh my God, that's the worst thing that could have happened to me for you. Oh,
cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rum boys and girls. What it do, dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
So, first things first. That there's actually a couple of different things that I want to bring up this morning on this morning's show.
Yep.
First thing first, weather related. It is windy as hell here in Colorado. I'm sure one way or another you guys heard that there's been some crazy windstorms hitting the western side of like kind of like the Midwest. I guess like we're west, like Midwest.
You mean Las Vegas?
You guys have seen the memes from the When We Were Young tour. Vegas had to cancel their festival. Well, those winds, I thought that the shit was a joke. Those winds are now here. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. If you have a kicker that is in the Broncos Jets game, I recommend pulling.
Okay, I understand your point, but I'm just going to be devil's advocate for the show. So you're telling everybody to bench Brian McManus.
McManus and what's the other homie on New York side of the ball?
It's Greg Zuerlein is old enough that I'll bench him. I don't mind benching Zuerlein. But McManus is one of the top 5 guys you would start. So what I'm saying is
you might want to. It's gonna be windy today. If you're starting Brett Rypien, throws that look like that they're overthrown may or may not be overthrown. This wind is fucking insane.
So what you're saying is, if you have to, or even in DFS, Latavius Murray, Melvin Gordon, Mike Boone.
Yeah, those are
Michael Carter, Breece Hall.
Yeah, those are definitely gonna be plays for you today in DFS. It's super tough. It's super sketchy. Another thing that I do want to bring up is for the love of Sundays, the homie John B. Bro, if you want on, man, let me know. I can shoot you the link. I'm sure you're gonna be working the bar today. Actually, you're high up enough to where you probably never fucking open up another beer bottle in your life. Yeah, you don't have to do that. He's so high up in that industry. He's like, yeah, he's
doing what? He's doing tastings now. He don't have to.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what a bottle of Bud Light looks like anymore. He opens up that fancy beer, the fancy beer. Sean asking Pacheco or Pollard.
Okay, before we answer that, I know why he is answering that, but I just want to say
I know why he's asking it. Pacheco is the name starter.
Pacheco's starting over CEH today. I will get into my thoughts on that before my game starts.
Yep.
However, for this thing, I'm still going Pollard over the Lions.
I'm going Pollard against the Lions. The Lions score a lot, but they also allow a lot. So that's something that you have to take into account. And the fact that they allow a lot of points does typically equate to opportunities. So Pollard having possibly more opportunities. With Pacheco, we still have to be concerned about CH's efficiency. And you can't convince me that Kansas City, if we can see the efficiency, you can't convince me that Andy Reid and that coaching staff and Bieniemy and those guys aren't seeing the efficiency as well. So
I'm just gonna say it. Here's my problem with the CEH Pacheco thing. Let me just get it out there. I hate the usage of CEH. I hate it. You know that they don't use him enough. If he's going to be as good as people think he is this year, or I know how I feel and I know what you're saying. But the people that say CEH is doing good this year, they're not using him enough. He's getting it because of the efficiency of his usage. If that is the case, and they do use Pacheco, and CEH is going to be as efficient as he is, and then they take Pacheco out and do a little pitch pass at the 5 to freaking CEH, that's going to screw you over if you're starting Pacheco. I need to see it for a game, and the biggest key is when you're playing a team with freaking Nick freaking Bosa on the other side of the ball, I'm afraid of starting a running back from a team that doesn't know how to use their running back still. Oh, drives me nuts.
Yeah, I would shy away from Pacheco just for the day. Until maybe this weekend can let us know what it'll be like. Ripen about to have 600 yards if the Windset is back. Oh God! If he could throw for fucking for 300, if he could throw for 260 in this win, I'd be fucking impressed.
Let me go see if there's a line. Let me see if there's a line on Monkey Knife Fight and see how low it is.
If he throws for 250, a lot of that will be yak. It'll be like it'll be Sutton catching the ball and doing something with it. And Denver doesn't have yak monsters like that. So
his Monkey Knife Fight line. Let's just say this. I don't know if it's because the wind. I don't know if it's because who they are. I know it's partly because who they are, especially with Rippin because he's brand spanking new. Both of the lines for Rippin and Zach. Hide your mom, Wilson. 195.5 for Rippin, 185.5 for Zach.
Because Zach doesn't have to pass as much.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, for both of them to be under 200 yards, you don't usually have that for both.
Exactly, yeah. Nate, what is good, bro? What is good? Shout out to our Sons of DFS bros. Is this meaningless feeling? What's good? Mafia, Bills Mafia Rob. Is this meaningless feeling not playing games while being first what the Pats felt throughout their dynasty? You haven't built a dynasty yet. Get a ring, and then the feeling of arrogance can begin to consume you. You got to get a ring. Your regular season is going great. Get a ring.
So Jahan Dotson is out.
Yeah, I was about to get into that. Jahan Dotson officially ruled out.
I just got to alert.
Yeah, he was likely not gonna play today, anyways.
Yeah.
John, yes, Rob, yes, it is. What's good? Pacheco probably going to get like 40% snap share. Pollard all the way, says Nate. Yeah, Pollard all the way. One of the things I wanted to bring up this morning was an interesting question asked by one of our very own subscribers here on the YouTube channel, Week in Weeds. He's not in the chat right now, but I do want to address this because you can maybe see an offer very similar to this in your leagues. And Mike and I, we were in the Discord chat, but we addressed it with him last night. But I want to bring it up with you guys, and I know he's not going to care about us bringing this up. No. Kenyon Drake is a trade scenario. Kenyon Drake for what was it? Damn it!
No, let me pull it up. I have Discord right here.
It was for Najee Harris. It was Drake for Najee Harris.
No, it was Najee for
Kenyon Drake. Yeah.
Was it Najee?
Yeah. Never said we were a dynasty. It's a similar position wise. They were on a tear for years and years and years and years. That in order for that feeling to develop, your team has to be amazing for a very long time.
Najee Harris for Kenyon Drake.
Yeah. So what I wanted to bring up with this, I know that in the past and in past seasons, and Nate, I'm gonna get to your question as well. Same thing with you, Leafs. I know that in the past I have been very low on Kenyon Drake. He's actually pretty suitable in this offense and me telling you to hang on to Kenyon Drake is more of a suitability thing for your fantasy football teams. It's not that I'm out on Najee Harris. It's not that I am out on Pittsburgh I'm probably out on Pittsburgh as a whole at this given moment. Like if you gotta start Steelers, go for it. If you gotta start the Pickens, the Claypools, so on and so forth, this team's not putting up points, and it's gonna be Trubisky at quarterback. Najee, that line's not protecting for Najee. So I think the safer option in regards to that is relying on a Kenyon Drake, or if you're in a position where you have like a Kenneth Walker or what are some other guys, Brian Robinson, some of these other guys that have been emerging lately. I think that maybe you're hanging on to those guys versus going for name value like Najee Harris this late in the season. What CMC's outlook for today? Full PPR 15 to 18. We know that here's the information that we know. There is a package of plays designed for CMC. Now, in what capacity that package of plays could be used to is yet to be determined.
I heard a lot of it's red zone.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a lot of it's going to be red zone. A lot of it's going to be pitch plays, breaking out wide, because that's what CMC does really well. He's very elusive. I don't think that you're using CMC as a battering ram by any means.
I think they're going to have a couple this, a couple that, a couple here. I think they'll have a couple run, couple swing, couple pitch,
couple swings,
wheel.
couple pitches. Yep. Utilize him in the jet sweep scenarios with Debo. I don't think that X's and O's wise the 49ers playbook drastically changed. I think that what you see personnel wise and who is out there on certain plays at certain given moments, that's what you see change. Yeah. Because the 49ers are playing the Kansas City Chiefs today, I don't expect them to get too cute. Like, yes, it's nice having CMC. You can't go out there and catch a fucking L today because you're trying to get CMC acclimated and utilize him and do all this other shit. So
I agree with Nate's last point. He's meeting at his ceiling. Yeah.
Give me a 15-point ceiling.
I'll take it.
Give me a 15-point ceiling.
So I'm starting. Have we confirmed this morning? Nate might actually be able to help us out on this one. Have we confirmed if DeAndre is out today, Swift? Because that's one of my dilemmas. I was not going to play CMC, but with Swift out, I have to play CMC.
Let me double check. I think I do have him starting in the lineup. Hey, no worries. While I look that up, go ahead and take Leaf's question.
Got it. Sutton or Cooks half PPR. Sutton's in that game that Robbie was talking about with the win game, but it's also Brett Rippon playing, not Russell Wilson. Brandon Cooks is playing the Raiders. I do want to mention that I did see something pop up that there are a few wide receivers that could be traded. Cooks is one of them, but that doesn't matter for today. To me, I said this on Friday night that one of my starts of the week was Davis General Mills. I'm going Cooks on this one. I know they are not a great team, but I don't trust either Sutton or Judy if I have to.
Officially inactive.
Okay, so Swift is inactive. I don't trust Sutton or Judy right now with Rippon and with that offense. I need to see it. The other problem that I don't know, and this is something that Robbie will totally agrees with me on this one. I'm afraid that Sutton is the one that Sauce Gardner will be guarding. And if Sauce Gardner is going against Sutton, right now I can't go against Sauce.
Sutton or Sauce Gardner's going around to different NFL teams, and it's like when I was deployed, like you'd have guys like they would keep souvenirs from different villages and different places we would go. He is walking around to different NFL teams, and he's collecting souvenirs for each one that he's facing. I fully expect him to be walking off with a horse head today.
Yeah, he's gonna get that foam horse head.
Yeah, it's either a horse head. There's gonna be something. I wouldn't be surprised if he climbs up on El Diablo himself and takes it for a fucking ride. Sauce Gardner is legitimate I am afraid against most receivers that have to face him. Like, straight up. I'm afraid for most receivers there that are going to have to face him.
There's only that top. I would say like that top 5 maybe.
I'm
top
out
10.
on this game except for defenses. I think that that if you want an easy showdown game to go ahead and get some ROI off of, start both defenses and then build the rest around that. Start both defenses, put in some Breece Hall, maybe some Garrett Wilson. Maybe you throw in like a consolation like Latavius. Like, I think that could be a very close showdown competition for you guys today. Some easy money can probably come out of that. But as far as being vested in that offense from like, no. I'm out. I say you have a better chance starting your Jets than starting your Broncos players. Straight up.
All right, let me give you one because I already know what I have in my lineup. But for devil's advocate, I'll ask you because I already know what you feel about the Steelers. Are you starting Deontay Johnson or Jerry Jeudy? I already know what I have, but
I don't blame you if you go Jeudy, because Johnson has been subpar. I would probably, because of my vitriol towards Denver at the given moment, I would probably go Deontay.
I got Deontay.
Yeah, but I don't blame you either way. Because like here's the thing: you're if you were to run Jeudy, you would just be going on a wish and a prayer, but you're already doing that. So,
I have Cooper Kupp, so I have to start. I have Cooper Kupp on bye.
Yeah,
so I have to start someone. It's the same league that I got.
I got Nico starting in place of Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah, it's the same
ugly.
league that it's the same league that I traded for Debo a couple of weeks ago, and then I have CMC on the lineup. I hate having a running. I don't like having a running back and a wide receiver on the same team for certain reasons sometimes. And now I have CMC and Debo, and I'm like,
I got a league that I am 3-3 in. Six teams make playoffs. I'm ranked 7th currently. It's a single QB, and everyone on my bench is on bye. Fucking, I tried to patch it up like a little bit this morning, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna throw this week. I'm not dropping. Like, there's a certain players I'm not dropping for the sake of a dub. Here's the question: are you dropping Cam Akers
in Dynasty or redraft?
Redraft.
Bye.
Get the fuck.
I mean, here's the problem though. I know what leagues you play in. They're probably deep enough that you might not want to because there's not enough.
That's the thing.
But if you're playing if you're playing in a league where I know some of the leagues you're in that charity, they're not super deep. Like, for instance, there's some of the leagues I'm in that aren't super deep. Like one of the leagues that Derek made, good old boys. He tried his, trying new. One of our buddies tries new stuff. Yeah. So he tried this new format. I was dropping guys that there's no way you would drop. If I told you a couple of the guys that I've dropped the last couple of weeks, you'd be like, what the hell? But it's a shallow bench. It's a shallow bench, so I had to put guys in. But, what's funny is you're saying you're 3-3 and you're in 7th place. I'm in a league that I'm sucking in, right? And it has the median. So we have 6 weeks so far?
Yeah.
6 weeks, that's 12. I'm 3-9 and I'm in 7th place.
Shit.
And I'm trying to somewhat suck because my team sucks.
Yep.
And I'm in 7th place, one spot out of the playoffs with a 3-9 record. It's horrible.
Fucking.
Oh no, his SFB team is bare bones.
What's good, Slap? What's good, Zach? Yo, I know the Hollywood thing
that killed me.
for me, I unfortunately, prior to the injury, I did not have any Hollywood shares. I mean, obviously, I still don't, right? But just from like a talent standpoint, and just the way that I ooh and awe over wide receivers, that one crushed me because it felt like he was finally like coming into his own. Like he was like what you wanted from him in Baltimore is what you were kind of getting from him in Arizona. And we kind of figured that was going to happen. So it burns for everybody. That shit sucks for everybody. He was so fun to watch. Bare bones this week: Stafford, Cup, Cousins, Devontae, Gabe Davis, all on bye. Start Davis Mills is my only QB. Luckily, Juwan Johnson put up 20 plus on Thursday Night Football. I did it to myself in the draft. I know, dude.
But sometimes even in a league like that, like a league, a tournament like we're in with SFB,
it's 3,000 fucking players.
No, but even like that, but even though he's admitting that he did it to himself, I don't mind doing that for 1 week if I get my guys.
Yep. Like, bro, like I said, there's a league I'm legitimately, I'm like, I think I'm gonna throw this bitch.
Well, in our
like this week, just only this week.
In the thick of thieves one, right? I had Russ. So when he went out last night, I'm like, oh crud! Because remember that's a 1 QB, 20 team 1 QB league. Luckily, I got another starter on my team. I'm starting Daniel Jones, Barkley, Sills, and Bellinger. I am going for the Giants today.
I have the Giants. I have the Giants on a couple of upset cards.
Yeah, but can you imagine starting 4 Giants in fantasy?
Ill. Only if they're not if their names are Saquon.
But it's not.
Yeah, I thought jump off of a bridge. Shit.
Exactly.
Slap. Yeah, that K-State game was rough yesterday, bro. Fine. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna vent and I'm gonna get it off my chest.
Oh, great! I know where you're. I know the vent.
I was perfect.
I know.
Yesterday, like I was perfect on college football.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that,
bro. We were swinging around a lot of fucking big dick energy yesterday.
I'm just going about the one thing.
Charles O'Vera.
Yep, that's where I was going.
You're an MMA fighter, so I can't say that I would want to fucking scrap with you because I know that you would willingly destroy my ass. But that aside, I want to fucking put paws on you for that shit yesterday. Because you could have won. You could have won. You could have fucking won. Now, homie was a lot bigger than you. Homie walked in there built like a goddamn silverback gorilla.
Islam looked like he looked good. Like he's that off the bus good.
Yeah, looked like he fucking put creatine in his cornflakes. But that aside, look, you fucked me. You fucked me hard. And it hurt. And there's no lube, and it was just fucking painful. So, Charles O'Vera, fuck you. You're my fuck you of the day.
Okay, can I have a quick vent?
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to the Phillies though.
Has nothing to do with money. Has to do with fight. Has to do with the fights. I'm a fan. I'm trying to be unbiased on this, and I know people put stuff. I know Jay Love put his thing. Jan won that fight.
Jan won that bitch.
I'm sorry, but Jan won that fight. I know you got the win. I know you got the win. I know I'm a Sean fan, so I'm happy he got the fight. But Jan won that fight, and they're saying that Dana said before the fight that whoever won that is going to get the number 1 contender. If you give Sean that number 1 contender, that's going to his head, and he will. And I'm telling you right now, I will not put money on Sean.
He said he said he fucked me hard. Mostert, Dylan, Chuba, Gus. Let me first address the Carolina backfield as a whole with this question. I'm not saying that they're not startable, and if you're in a position where you absolutely need to, it doesn't sound like you need to. But if you're in a position where you actually absolutely have to, go ahead, start Foreman, start Hubbard. If you don't have to and you can pivot around that, let's give it some time. Let's let Carolina figure themselves out. Think of it like a breakup, and like you have to tell that other person, like, you need to work on you. That's what needed to happen with Carolina. You're essentially taking your Carolina fantasy pieces and you're saying, go work on yourself. Before I can start you, I can bench you. You can be on my bench. I can't start you. So that's where I'm getting off there.
Okay. Before you answer this question, I have a question for you that has to do with this question. What do you think about Washington's defense against the running backs?
We typically contain running backs pretty well.
So to me, this is a Mostert Dillon question, but that's why I asked you. But
it comes down to Mostert Dillon. Gus Bus, unfortunately, he's not.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
I need to see it.
Yeah, for me, I would probably go Mostert here, and I don't like it. I know that it's ugly, but that Washington front does not. They don't let running backs rip off big ones. And they contain running backs really, really, really well. Swift really, really fucking me in the ass, bro. Yeah, I come in here and I hear Sugar Sean. It's not hate because he won us money. He won us money. It's not hate.
Okay,
it's not hate.
Aiden, Robbie can attest to me on this one. I am one of the bigger Sean fans. I love Sean. I'm a Sean fan. But as a fight fan, I'm a big fight fan in general, not just Sean fan. He did not win that fight. It's not that I'm hating him. I'm hating the judges.
I tell you what, I would have fucking jumped over that cage and hit a judge if I was John. I'd be like, you bitch, like, are you serious? Like what? Like, you better call us a draw at best.
Oh, don't even get me started on TJ.
TJ walked in there with the fucking broken shoulder.
But he shouldn't have gone in. When he said that he separated it 20 times in camp, he shouldn't have walked in. That's his fault.
Yeah, I don't care. So stupid. And you separate it because your body isn't relying on the steroids to keep you healthy.
Like, what did I tell you? What did I tell you multiple times? He is. I do not like him anymore. I used to be a TJ fan.
I'm not
that kid. He's that guy in high school that'll go to his buddies on the football team and tell his buddies that their girlfriends on the cheerleading squad are bitches and stupid hoes, and then as soon as they break up with them, he's going to get with them.
He's going to go.
That's the type of guy that he is.
I bet on a dude fighting with one arm. Don't you love gambling?
No, you bet on a guy that didn't have steroids in him.
But speaking of, let's walk the slate, shall we?
Let me pull it up. I mean, it won't take me long to pull it up because every single time I type in DK on anything, it just pops up as a freaking, what do you call it now?
Yeah, Aiden, I'm not betting against anyone that Khabib trains again. I traditionally don't. I was just such a huge Oliveira fan before yesterday.
All right. So, and did you see the news that freaking Brian Ortega wants freaking Khabib to train him for his next fight? That's scary. If Brian Ortega I love, and now you're going to put him with Khabib.
You know what it's going to cost? Do you know what it's going to cost a fighter to be trained by Khabib now?
Yeah, but when you're Brian Ortega, it's different than someone else.
Yeah. Still.
But if you're like someone in the middle of the pack and you haven't made it to the top yet, and you want to be trained by him, do you hear much how they? Do you hear? I mean, I know he's already with him anyway.
You better be coming out of pocket. You better be coming out of pocket.
Did you hear how much they supposedly spitting on Islam's camp?
Yeah, like a quarter bill or like a whole bill, or like not a whole bill, but like a whole mil.
1.2 mil.
Yeah, 1.2 mil, bro. It was like fucking crazy.
Just on the camp. All right, let's go through the slate. I'm just going to list the home team first for purposes. Jaguars -3 over the Giants.
Give me the Giants. The Giants have one of the easiest schedules remaining. So it gets very difficult to predict when the loss will take place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cowboys -6.5 over the Lions. Dak's first game back.
And that's what worries me. Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions.
Spread.
Huh?
Give me the spread.
Yeah, I would play the spread in that one, but give me the Lions on the money line though.
They're +200.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not taking. Oh wait, it just moved to 260. literally
It's going to do that. It's going to do that. It's 30 minutes before kickoff.
No, I know. But
yeah.
I just wasn't expecting to jump that. Baltimore -6.5 over the Cleveland Browns. Money line is +240 and -285.
Give me Baltimore by 3.
Okay. Washington +4.
Washington will cover that.
Okay.
Well, give me Washington cover. The money line stay away from, just because this game can literally go either way.
Okay, this next game, in my opinion, is a trap with the spread. Bengals 6.5 over the Falcons.
It is a trap, but give me the Bengals.
Hold on. You're taking the Bengals -6.5 or just money line?
Money line.
What are you taking?
The Bengals flat out.
But what are you taking in the spread? You think they're
Bengals
going
by
to cover
3?
6? Okay, so you'll take Arizona. You would take Falcons on the line.
Yeah, Falcons to cover. Yeah, Falcons to cover. Yeah,
that's why I think it's a trap. I think it's going to be like a 5 or a 6 point game, and they're going to cover.
Yeah.
Carolina 13 now point dog to the Bucks.
Give me Tampa. Tampa has more clicking for them, even though Tampa does not look pretty. They have more clicking for them.
Yep. Okay. I'm just going to call it. I'm picking the upset. Tennessee 2.5 point favorites over Indy. I'll take it first. Give me Indy.
Give me Tennessee.
Okay.
I like Tannehill. I like what they're doing there. Yeah.
Okay. Broncos +2.5 over the.
Give me the Jets.
No, I mean sorry. Broncos 2.5 underdog to the Jets.
Give me the Jets.
Raiders 6.5 point favorite over Houston. Houston money line. That was my upset of the week, bet of the week.
Give me Houston.
I'm taking Houston money line. Their money line is 245. Niners.
The Ravens are a trap game, Aiden. The Ravens are a trap game.
Yeah. Niners are a 1 point dog to the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs.
Chargers -5 over the Seahawks. They haven't said if Keenan's out. Keenan is doubtful.
Exactly, but even without Keenan, give me LA.
Even without him and Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of that, on a fantasy sense, I had
no Palmer as well. That's right. Fuck.
Okay, but here's the thing. Let me go. Let me give you a play that I know you'll like, but I think will actually help. Who is someone on the Chargers that's been getting the ball in the passing game, even with Palmer in there? And that's Carter. I picked up Carter in a league that I had no one playing at wideout last night as a hope and a prayer, knowing Palmer and Allen might be out, because Carter's already getting 2 or 3 catches, and if he can get 4 or 5, I'll take it.
I like that play. I'm not against that.
I mean, when you have to do it,
that's actually a really good DFS play too for a flex.
Yeah. Okay, and tonight is wow, they went up that high. 7.5 point favorite, Miami over Pitt.
Yeah, Miami all the way.
Do you think they'll cover?
Yeah. What? Okay. Do I think Pittsburgh covers?
No. Either who covers?
Miami's got this.
Yeah. And for tomorrow night's game, I know we don't go too much into Monday night, but for this part, New England is an 8 point favorite over Chicago.
Yeah. Do we still get Zap?
It looks like we're gonna get Mac.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. If it's Mac, then give me Chicago to cover.
So there's someone that I know in the community. I'll call him out. Dave Spaceman Wright. Mm-hmm. He's from New England, so he's a Patriots fan, but he's more of a football guy. But he knows the New England, living in New Hampshire or Rhode Island.
Yeah.
He said that for years there's one drill on Fridays that they run that whoever the starting quarterback is has always been the one to run that drill. And Mac is the one that ran it.
Right.
So,
yeah. But all right.
I know how you feel about mac and cheese. That's the problem. You're jaded.
Yeah.
But
Zap's winning games.
But
mac and cheese looked like shit.
I don't know if they cover the 8. Either way. Maybe more of Zap. I get that. I know your point.
If it's Zap, they blow them out the fucking water.
But there's no way they win. There's no way Chicago wins this game, even with mac and cheese.
No. Chicago doesn't win.
Give me Ramondre Stevenson, baby. Give me freaking Ramondre Stevenson.
Mm-hmm. IDP, give me all the Anthony Judon. Give me all the Judon. Let's go.
Give me Duggar. And I mean, I agree with you. I'm just trying to think of another. I was trying to think of another play.
Yep.
Give me Judon. Give me Duggar. On the other side of the ball, give me Roquan.
Yep.
And other than that, don't give me a damn bear on the offensive side of the ball.
Mm-mm.
Besides maybe Monty.
So I'm running Gino and DK as a stack today in DFS.
Who?
I mean, you can see my lineup. You can see everyone's lineup in the tournament.
But who you playing?
Yeah, I'm running Gino and DK.
Oh, I'm okay with.
Yeah,
I would be okay with you. I would okay with either one. I would be okay with the Gino DK. I'd be okay with the Gino Lockett.
Yeah. No. I'm completely. I'm fairly confident. In today's lineup, I got the Jets defense. I'm running Everett at tight end. Let's see my receivers. I went Devontae. I just think that Houston's not great defensively. So hopefully Devontae can have his way.
I'm not happy right now. I said what I just said, right? My words were on air. Then I turned on
DeAndre Carter long shot.
Really?
Phil Yates. Right when we give our take, Phil Yates gives his fucking DeAndre Carter take. What are the odds?
Are you listening to me, Field?
Bro, I heard his voice. I heard Carter, and I looked up, and I was like, "The fuck." Bro, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Fucking when I wrote my King Henry article years ago, and then a month later, the exact same article appears on fucking Yahoo. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, hey, fucking sending Andy a message like, yo, what's this? He's like, hey, yo, I'm so sorry.
Freaking Andy.
It wasn't Andy who did it. It was
I know, but
it was some low staff dude. That dude didn't even keep his job after that. Like, it was fine.
Andy's just a part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, Andy's like, what the fuck? King Henry first TD. I like that for that game.
Yeah,
that game is super hard to cap. Like,
it's a division game.
Huh?
It's a division game, and the other thing we got to remember, and I know I might be overrating this a little bit, and it's not me overrating it, but I just think some people would say it doesn't matter whatsoever. I think it matters a little bit, and that is it's a division game, but they literally played 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's that close. So you pretty much like that to me matters because I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, and JT's back. So I think I'm not saying this is going to be a JT Henry like 120 for both guys, but I think Matt Ryan's going to have a decent performance because, like I said, Friday night Tennessee's running or passing defense isn't good. But I see this more of both teams going down the field, but not a lot of scoring.
Yeah. I don't see a whole lot of scoring. The defenses know each other really well, and they dream of this game. They wait for this. They prep for this all off season to beat each other twice. It'll be interesting. What are you guys' thoughts on Debo? I think that you don't have to worry.
No, I'm not worried. So Aiden, if you didn't hear, I just traded him for him 2 weeks ago in a dynasty league, and I have CMC on that team. So now I have both of them. I'm really not worried about either one. There might be games where it might hurt me having both, but at this point, I'm running with it. So
exactly.
I'm going to bring a couple things up for a sponsor of ours, and partly because I'm going to put a couple bucks down. Joe Burrow, Monkey Knife Fight, code Rumboyz. Joe Burrow, 289.5. Marcus Mariota, 185.5.
Over.
In.
Yeah. I like that.
Let's go to another one. Come on, you stupid program.
They got Tua ranked QB8 heading into today.
Yeah, you see who's number 6?
Fucking Gino.
I like Gino, but
Gino against the Chargers is tough.
That's what I'm saying, but 8, I don't. Let's do this one. This one should be interesting because I know how we feel about both teams. Dak Prescott 265.5. Jared Goff 245.
Because of the how high scoring that the Lions usually allow, that makes sense.
But
that would make sense.
But he hasn't played all year.
It makes sense.
Are you thinking over under? Or
what's Goff's?
245.5, but
he can do that. He can do that.
Even against that defense? It is at home, so he has been doing all right at home.
I feel like he can do that. 245? I feel like that's doable for Goff.
All right, I put it in.
Like if you're gonna keep up with the Lions, and if we're getting if the Lions falter this week, they're no longer gonna be like one of the highest scoring teams in the league, and we're pretty much done, running that narrative. But if we're getting like regular Detroit, like close ass game Detroit, like they'll probably lose, but they're gonna fucking put up like 20, 30 points.
All right, you're already committing the sin that you're not supposed to commit. So I'm going to make you commit it again. Aaron Rodgers, 245.5.
If they're going to win, they're going to have to pass.
Your boy, 218.
Yeah. That's low as fuck. And you've already said it yourself that there's going to be a different set of plays for McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
By the way, if you're playing DFS and you need someone that's going to be a contrarian play, put Terry McLaurin in your lineup, please.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Volk versus Islam for double belts?
It's already happening. Well,
yeah.
It's not. They're not saying it's not going to be double. They can't do double belts in the what do you call it? It's not allowed to be double belts because you have to be in that weight class.
Yep.
So it'll be for the 155, but I like that fight. I don't mind Volk going up to get the belt. It's just you can't do double belts because with the commissions, you can't have a 145 belt be on the line for a fight 10 pounds over.
Give me Islam in that fight.
He's too big. He looked bigger than Oliveira, let alone freaking Volko.
Exactly.
The only thing Volko has for him, and it's not a slight on Volko because I like Volko's a nasty dog.
Yeah.
Is that speed of getting in and out is what he will have to live on. But he'll also I don't think he's fought a guy that can take him down like Islam could.
Exactly. Islam has a completely different set of bag of tricks that it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a while before I think that he gets got. Thoughts on this DFS lineup: Lamar, Eckler, Jacobs, CD, Godwin, Lockett, Dulcich, Otten, Titans D. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I think Dulcich and Otten are both very cheap plays that
cheap, very contrarian,
but also make it worth it for you, so you can go get an Eckler and a Lamar and a CD in the same lineup. CD with Dak, I agree with. The only thing that I would say is, do you want 2 Tampa Bay people in that lineup?
Yeah, I think there might be some other easier games that you might be able to target that'll get you some good ROI. But I like that lineup. I'm not hating it. I mean, with 15 minutes left to put one in, bucket, run it.
Yeah, Volko was announced as the backup fighter like a month ago, just in case injuries or miss weight, because Dana said this fight was so big that he did not want to have to even move anyone off the card. So he was like, Dana came out and said, if Oliveira goes down, it's Islam and Volk. Because he wanted that fight in one way or another had to stay on the card.
Yep, exactly. Other than that, we are about 15. Well,
no, we're 45 minutes out.
Yeah, we're about 45 minutes. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, we got time. Never mind. I don't know why
I said we cut it at like 9:30.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was later than what it was. What just happened.
Yeah, I know. I noticed it, but you're good.
Like I was like, oh shit! Like we're about to get into kickoff. I'm like, oh wait, no, I have time.
So let me ask you this. Now I'm watching it, and you'll see it in a second on your screen. The top 5 for this week, ESPN. I know how we feel about ESPN rankings sometimes. Tyreek, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams at 3, CD Lamb at 4, Debo at 5, and I will add Amon-Ra St. Brown at 6.
I like it. I'm not hating against that at all.
I think CD might be high.
I think CD is the one where maybe it's a little bit high, but I think that they're doing that because of Dak being back, and I think that's where they're getting off doing that.
It's definitely because of Dak.
I just wonder if
Michael Pittman at 8. I'm sorry.
I wonder if like that Cowboys game has me for real. You know, what if Dak goes in there and stinks to join up? Like, what do we like? What happens? Like, because that organization is so volatile with their decision making, and to be so impulsive.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a grenade into the fire. Is there any way that if he shits the bed? I'm not saying does bad. I'm saying shits the bed. That's different than not playing well. If he shits the bed, is there any way you can put someone else back in, or have you already put your eggs in the basket by pulling him now?
I think that you give Dak one more week, and then if Dak stinks up that week, then you're like, all right, no, fuck that. We're going back to Cooper Rush.
Okay, but here's I agree with you, but here's my problem with that. Let's say Mike McCarthy and Cooper and what's the offensive dude's name? Kellen Moore. Let's say Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore do that. Do they get called in? Do they get called into the principal's office and get the ruler out and slap on the wrist and say, "Don't you fucking dare"?
No, because if Rush starts winning them games, then it won't matter. I think that gets called in, and it's, hey, we got to shop you.
Okay.
You know, and I think that Dak has to deal with that. Deal with that potential reality. I mean, what you're taking up how much on the books?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 40.
Yeah.
30,
you got
40.
And if I don't have to commit myself, I feel like Dallas is also in a way like kind of like looking for ways to kind of get themselves out of that because they didn't really want to do it in the first fucking place. Do I?
Why is Cortland Sutton number 13th ranked wide receiver over some of those guys?
They're giving it to him because it's the Jets. He shouldn't be ranked that
high. Not with Rippon and I mean just with Rippon alone. No, you're okay. For your viewers, what did you take? I would take Chris Godwin over Sutton, Mike Evans over Sutton.
I take everyone over Sutton.
Tyler Lockett. Would you take Deontay Johnson over Sutton?
Give me Sutton.
Okay. Christian Kirk. Okay, so Kirk is ranked 20th and Sutton is ranked 13th. I agree with you, by the way. I would take everyone from 14 to 20 minus Deontay Johnson over Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. Deontay Johnson just has to get it together for me. Tua or Geno, Keenan or Judy have PPR.
Okay, let me start by saying, good morning, Chase. But other than that, I really do have a good feeling. I really have a gut feeling Keenan's not playing. Luckily, Keenan's at 1:05, or Keenan's at 1 o'clock, and so is Judy. So you can find that out about 12:30 West Coast time. I know I'm West Coast. My times are a little funky. Tua or Gino? Give me Gino. Yeah. I can't trust Tua yet, and it has nothing to do with Tua. It has to do with, let's just say this: he gets knocked on the ground.
You're gonna cringe.
It's just a little pop. It's nothing bad. Mm-hmm. Nothing. And he takes an extra second to get up. The eye in the sky is taking him off the field for at least one series.
I agree with you. Tua does have an easier matchup, and like Stefania said this morning, she's like, guys, we bring back players from concussion all the time. She's like, let's not.
But it's different now.
It is different now. It is different now.
That's what I'm afraid. That's all I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah. His other point, yeah, for sure. He says if Tua looks good, then I'm definitely starting him against Detroit. Oh, 100%. 100% on that one. Like, that to me is a no-doubter. It's just I'm afraid for this week and this week only.
Yeah. Yeah, this week I proceed with caution surrounding Tua. If Keenan is benched, you're obviously starting Judy. If Keenan is not benched, you are starting Keenan. I feel like that's just the way that goes.
I don't think he's going to be awesome, but to me, you still have to start him because...
Yeah, you still have to start him because he's Keenan Allen.
Yep.
Packers money line, Jets money line, under 15.5 for Bears.
I don't mind that.
No, I don't mind that at all.
Oh, Lord.
CMC yards at 29.5. Reception yards at 20.5. It's low enough and he's efficient enough to where he can do that even given a sample workload, what we call a sample workload.
But here's the other thing. I agree with you completely. And I mean, it's going against my team, so I definitely agree with you completely. But it can also be a case where he's got, knock on wood, I don't want this to happen today. Well, I do and I don't. 2 touchdowns, 5 touches, 5 yards.
That could happen.
And you could still get the points for him, but when you're doing betting, you could get roasted.
Exactly. Yeah, that could be tough. That could be tough. I don't see that happening though.
No, I don't see that line, but I could see a 20-yard line, like 20 yards, 4 touches, and 2, like that kind of thing. That could be shaky.
Tua shouldn't play for another week or two. It's why combat sports don't let you back or clear you for a couple of months after a back KO. Freiermuth shouldn't be allowed to go either. Yeah, but this is a sport where combat sports is different because combat sports has been it's martial arts within itself is ancient almost, if you will.
But the other thing is you don't have the big thing for me on that one is that I know it's still an injury. I'm not discrediting that. If we're talking, I know we got boxing, but let's just, because we're MMA, they do the same thing for MMA. You're talking 4-ounce gloves with a fist to your dome multiple times comparably to a helmet. There is protection in the helmet. Yes, there is an issue. I don't disagree with you, Nick.
We don't know enough. Okay. Like, based off of what we know about concussions, medically speaking, and I'm not a medical professional, but we should be able to state, like, to what Nick is saying, we should be able to say for player safety that we're going to adjust the rule book and the time that you can come back by this manner and this amount. But the NFL likes to use, and I feel like it is kind of an scapegoat and an excuse because, yes, factually speaking, you are correct. Scientifically speaking, you are correct. We don't have enough research about CTE and about concussions to drastically adjust. But I feel like it would be better in a precautionary sense to drastically adjust versus just continually do the bare minimum. Because by doing the bare minimum, you're doing a disservice for, outside of football, the future of these young men. Like they still have kids, they still have wives. You know, solid ground is just as dangerous as a punch, though.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
mean,
disagreeing with
and
you
even with having a helmet on, but I get what you're saying, like where they'll say, you know, hey, because it's being done with a helmet, like that's where the NFL is kind of like
that's
hitting
all.
ground.
That's all mine. That's all I'm saying. There's protection built in where there's no protection built in to the game of MMA.
No, yeah, exactly.
The protection is a 3 ounce. The protection is a pad.
What kills me is Ali can barely fucking walk or talk because of the amounts of punches that he has taken.
He has passed away now, but yes.
Yes. RP the Great, but towards the end of his living life. So we already know.
I saw him live this was a handful of years ago. He was towards the end of his career. He was living in the desert down in Phoenix or Scottsdale. I went to a spring training game. He was there, but because of his situation, he was obviously a guy like Ali is going to sit in the front row. Well, they literally before the game started brought him in from the outfield on a golf cart. Because you're not going to have a guy like that walk through the stands because of his condition.
Yeah.
And I was not too far away from him. I was not far away. I was in the same section. I was just higher than him up in the section.
Yeah.
It was, I hate to say it like this, but it was cringe.
It was, yeah. It's like, wow, like that's a legend. Like, holy fuck. Like, bro, watching him
eat a hot dog was very.
Bro, when I met fucking Andre Reed and just the way like his agent was still like his agent and his publicists were still trying to like keep a hold of him. Like there's that like the jersey reveal, and I was like his agent, she comes up to me and she's like, hey, can you go and get Andre and can you she's like you're one of the reporters here, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. She's like, can you go and get Andre and bring him over here? Like he needs to come and do like they were signing autographs and shit, and like he had to like get like a bunch of pictures and like. I thought that he was just intoxicated.
No.
That's how his speech really is.
Andre Reed?
Yeah. Bro, I was like, the fuck?
I mean, there was a guy, I know we're kind of going off topic, but there was a guy that lives in I haven't seen him in a while. I think he might have passed away, but he lives in the town that I live in. And he played for Miami Hurricanes. Back in the 60s, like we're talking back in the day when it was literally go onto the sideline, get slapped in the face, get back into the game. And he played for the Eagles for a few years when it was literally the old veteran stadium when
roughing the passer was for real roughing the passer.
But it was also carpet, like thin carpet and cement underneath it. And there were times where he'd come into my store and literally ask me, Mike, do you know which direction my house is?
Yeah. Robbie, did you use your 50% boost? So the mystery boost that they gave me, all right, I need to make sure I preface this, like I phrase this properly because I don't want to like mislead. I do bet NBA. NBA is not my favorite fucking thing to bet. They gave me my boost on NBA games. It's Sunday. I'm not using that bitch.
You know why they did?
Because they know what I always play. This is trying to entice me to go and play.
They know you're going to bet football no matter what.
Exactly. It's an algorithm. Football, hockey, baseball. Oh my god, fights. My favorites. I'll bet NBA, but like, I think I've only like I win NBA props. I've never once cleared an entire NBA card. Like I've never picked every single NBA game on a slate correct. I've done it with college. I've never done it with NBA. Yeah, bro. Like in MMA, even if you don't tap from a submission and get through it and fight out fight out of it, a submission could hold you longer because of sustainment. Or I'm sorry,
commission.
I'm sorry, commission. I don't know why I read that word wrong. I apologize. I promise I know how to read. My name's not Floyd Mayweather. Today, that was a joke. That was a joke because Floyd Mayweather couldn't read the fucking first chapter of Harry Potter. Yeah, no, dude. Like, because of the NFL being a $1 billion industry, they and how many rich men control how things happen. But Will Smith played a doctor and did a movie, and the NFL literally tried to stop the release of the fucking movie from coming out.
I saw that movie.
That movie was fucked.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, like that movie really opens your eyes, and you're like, ugh. Bro, it was fucked after that movie came out. So that movie that movie came out, right? I had watched it. Me and my girlfriend, we had watched it. My girlfriend at the time, we had watched it. I had a game the next day. And
semi-pro?
Yeah, semi-pro. So I was like 26, 27. Every pass that I caught, I walked right out of bounds. Like I would catch it, I'd get my couple of yards, and I would avoid the hit, and I'd go out of bounds. For that whole game, bro, I did not take a single fucking hit. And like everyone's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Bro, did you watch Concussion, dog?" Like, you know what this shit does to us? I stopped playing at 28 years old. What up, fellas? Just got back from an 8 a.m. hoop sesh. Nice. We're actually just about to hop off and get ready for the late slate. But Kate, I'm sure
PJ Walker throws a touchdown, right?
Yeah, I got Walker throwing a touchdown.
Literally, okay. Sleeper has it as a half a TD.
I would take that, but I'm also a fan of PJ.
Let's just say I have him on 3 dynasty rosters, okay?
Bro, what I would give, like, if PJ for an XFL player, a former XFL player, for like that short stint of XFL that we had, I know that we're getting the XFL revamped underneath Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, yep. But to have like one of those guys like go out and ball out and fucking be dope, like that would be fucking insane. Like I'm very pro PJ Walker.
Are we thinking ARSB has another great game, or should I sustain it?
Amon-Ra St. Brown is the truth.
But so is Dallas's defense, Robbie.
I don't care.
I know you. I take your disdain.
Rah rah rah. Ooh la 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 la.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you his line. Give me his yardage.
Give me fucking 80.
All right, then I have to pick it because it's 71.5.
His line is 71.5. I was like, yeah, give me 80, bro. Give me 80 in a touchdown. Dilly to Nick Howard. I'm glad we didn't get off of air yet, because I knew that you had a question, Extreme Kane. I knew it.
I know. That's why I was.
Mostert or Isaiah Pacheco? You're going Mostert. We don't know the capacity of Pacheco's plays yet. I need 2 for RB, 2 for receiver, 1 for. Oh, so we need to set your whole lineup.
Yeah. Okay, Chubb is a must. Chubb
and Pierce We don't know if Keenan Allen's playing yet.
He only has 2 other wide receivers in there, so he has Keenan Allen, Doubs, and Boyd are his only other wide receivers. So if that's the case, you're starting Chubb, Pierce, Boyd, Doubs, and then that means we get a pick between Monty and Dylan.
I'd probably start Monty.
So yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
If you don't start Pierce this week, you're not playing fantasy football.
Yeah. I know people recruited by Rock for the XFL. They're doing a good job scouting and recruiting nice. Some of my guys available on my line in my leagues are Gallup, Renfro, Alec Pierce, Brian. I'm assuming that's Brian Robinson Jr. If you can start Brian Robinson Jr., like if you could flex Brian Robinson Jr., flex Brian Robinson Jr. Yeah, Keenan's likely to be out. And then Mike kind of addressed exactly what Nick said there. I'm clear. Need to flex Algier, Bobby Trees, or Michael Carter. I'm going Bobby Trees. Out of those three, I'm going Bobby Trees.
Reluctantly, Bobby Trees.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could get Alec Pierce or Brian Robinson Jr., grab one. Probably Brian Robinson Jr. Because actually you might need Alec Pierce for you, Extreme Kane, because you need receivers. Alrighty, about 20-ish minutes. We'll be live 5 minutes before kickoff. Mike, any last words?
Cheers to me.
Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Dilly dilly. We'll see y'all in a few.